Hello there, everybody. This is
Aaron. Week 1 is in the books, folks, and despite a fair number of blowouts, including a 21-5 shellacking, a 16-5 spackling, a 22-6 how do you do, and a 23-9 not so great actually, but thanks for asking, we ended up with 2 teams at 4-3, the other 2 at 3-4. Some surprising offense, some offensive defense, some problems with the pitching clones, and a fictional eye surgery gone wrong. All that and the game of the week.
coming up on This Week in
Ray.
Ball.
People, hello. How are you? You can't answer me. I'm going to assume you're fine. Welcome to Week 1 of Rayball Online, the Raytrix 5.4. Actually, I think it's May 4th. It is a beautiful, whatever night this is. Time has lost all meaning. We've got a week down. We've got our standings right here. I am learning the ins and outs of this here program. You can take a look at where we're sitting right now. The Weschler Rays and Chris Furies tied for first. The Jim McGuires and Dave Rosses just one game behind. Our leaders, batting average Paul Fine, sitting at a sweet 667. Zach Anglin at 595 and Ron Scheel at 583. Those all seem about right. Bert, you see our home run leader with 4. Dan May tied at 4. Alan Schabel right behind. You can see I am tied for the league lead in stolen bases with everybody at 0. So far, all is going according to plan. We also have many folks with 7-game hitting streaks. But I want to bring your attention to one thing, and that is this setting, which I did not notice. If I go into League Settings, and where is it? League and Teams? Stats and AI? Players? Global Settings? There we go. Right here. Enable storylines. And what does that mean, you might ask? I don't know what it means. Or rather, I didn't know what it means until I played through the first, so it's the thing starts on January 1st, and you have to play automatically through the first 4 months. And right before April 1st, which was our opening day, I checked all the rosters to make sure everything was good to go, and I found this guy right here, Paul Chapman, or Chapman Paul. And who is Paul Chapman, you might ask, or Chapman Paul, I suppose. And the answer is that I don't know. I don't know who this is. He's from Rapid City, South Dakota. His national popularity is unknown. The reason he's in here, and I did quite a bit of digging to discover this, is that if you've got the storylines enabled, stuff happens outside of the ball games. So out over here, you'll see in January of last year, Bobby tried experimental eye surgery. So the Ross has announced their reliever, Bobby Fulgham Bobby, has elected to undergo an experimental and potentially dangerous eye surgery to correct his failing vision. The procedure, which will be performed by blah, 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 has yet to be performed on a human being. They did the surgery on rats, several pigs, and a rhesus monkey. Bobby says it's his last option, and you can see that in a few weeks later, February 12th, Bobby has retired. The fact of the matter is the surgery has left me legally blind in one eye. Lost the depth perception, he needed to gauge a pitch, etc. So, there goes Bobby. The good news is, the Rosses have many other Bobbies. So, we went ahead and deleted our buddy Paul. Now, if anyone out there knows a Paul Chapman, or a Chapman Paul, I suppose, give them my sincerest apologies. So here we are back on our standings page, and let's take a little peek in here at how our individual teams are doing. Let's look at the Furies, tied for first place with the Rays. Let's go to their team home screen, and we can see, despite being tied for first, the Furies are dead last in everything until we get to home runs. But they are tied for first in stolen bases, so that's something. Their stars thus far have been, well, let's take a look here. Bert on fire, hitting .550, 4 home runs, 14 ribbies, 13 runs scored, OPS plus 169. That's crazy. Some other stars here. We got Steve Powers naturally up there at the top. Similar numbers, 474. Slashing, 474, 487. Everyone's on base is going to be... Well, wait, no, there's a whole bunch of folks here who's... Oh, I see. Kate got intentionally walked twice. And Chris Liu got intentionally walked once, and there seems to have been a couple, maybe one unintentional walk in here. Otherwise, most people's on base is going to be their average. But these are some great numbers here. Chris Fury, one of the Chris Furies is having himself a heck of a season. Oh, but only in 10 plate appearances. So here's the problem with the pitching clones, is that their batting stats do not get aggregated. So Chris Fury is the pitcher for this team, and in order for Chris Fury to be the pitcher for this team and not give up 170 runs or whatever it was that Frank gave up, we need multiple Chris Furies. So our multiple Chris Furies all bat differently. This one is terrible. This one is not so great. This one had a decent game. This one had a fantastic couple of games. This one has had a really good 4 games, and this one has had a pretty bad 3 games. So that's one of the problems with the pitching clones, and I apologize to Chris, to Jerry, to Steve, and to Bobby, who are the pitchers for this teams, and whose batting stats will not be properly indicated here. Now, interesting is Johnny is not really getting a lot of action here. I don't know how. All right, I'm going to have to figure that out. Figure out how to get some of the folks with multiple positions to get rotated in and out. So there's a look at the Furies and their stars. Next, we'll take a look at the Rosses, and here's all the Bobbies up at the top. Again, Monster Bobby, Monster Bobby, Monster Bobby, Monster. Well, I guess all the Bobbies are except for this one up here. But he's only had 1 plate appearance, so all the Bobbies are... Oh, no, he's good too. All right, all the Bobbies are all starring here. Look at these OPS pluses. That's insane. This team is unbelievable, and yet only 3 and 4. That's the magic of Rayball, I suppose. We've got... Although they're not hitting a lot of home runs. Interestingly, the team leader, Shable, with 3, Angela with 3. Actually, I guess the leaders on the other team had 4. All right, never mind. I take that back. This is a good squad, folks. This is a good... Well, who's catching for this team? If it's not Greg. If Greg's only caught in 4 games, who's catching the other ones? I don't know how to look that up. I'm going to have to figure that out. All right. There's your Rosses. Here's your McGuires. Again, a whole lot of... Look at this. This here, Steve Bedrick. 3 games, 2 plate appearances, a double, an RBI, OPS plus 422. That's crazy. Liz, only gotten into 4 games, but has made the most of it. 4 for 6, with a double and a home run. She should be playing more. Frank Frankerson, they're at third base, having a good season so far. We got Pace. We got. Looks like everyone's getting in pretty well. Liz has only gotten into 4 games so far, and Frank's only gotten into 4 games so far. And all the Steve clones are doing Steve clone things, but I'm gonna have to figure out, again, beg at the forums for this thing, if there's a way to make the managers rotate folks in. Maybe I'll have to change some of the handedness of the pitching clones and put people on strict platoons. Can I do that? I don't know. I don't know why I'm asking you people. You don't know. Here's the Weschler Rays. Again, a lot of... Oh, here's a... What is going on here? Greg Laddish is, for some reason, not playing shortstop for this team. So who is? Again, a mystery. Mysteries abound. He's gotten into 5 games and is 1 for 5 with a double in his plate appearances, and he's struck out apparently. So not a good start to the season for Greg Laddish. But maybe now, upon filling out the thing with his name, he will hit on a stroke of luck. And I need to figure out who is playing shortstop for this team. My guess is it's either Paul or Cameron. One of them I must have copied from a player who plays multiple positions. So let's take a look down here. No, Paul Fine only plays outfield. How do I get back? Rays, player list. Cameron. I just figured out how to do this, by the way. Cameron. Aha. Cameron. Well, no. He's only played... he's only got a 9 rating at shortstop. I don't know. Oh, you know what? My game of the week is going to be a Rayball game. A Ray team game. So we'll find out. We'll find out who's playing shortstop for this team. There are your team leaders. Oh, I never actually looked at Ray's team leaders. Ray's team leaders, 179 OPS plus for Paul, who's leading the league in... oh, he's not leading the league in home runs. He is leading the league in average. Again, not a lot of home runs here either. Michael Davies got 1. Zach's got 1. That's it. A lot of doubles, though. Cameron's got 6. Zach's got 6. How am I doing? Where am I? I've got 1. 524. I'll take that. 110 OPS plus. Folks, let's do the game of the week.
The local rock group down the street is trying hard to learn their song. Serenade the weekend squire just
Welcome, everybody, to whatever field this is. This is Rayball Park. We've got the Gyms versus the Rays. Leading off for the away, McGuire's. Pace in center. Bobby Wineapple at second base. Michael Gross at first. A couple of actors there. Michael Gross not the actual actor, but Bobby is, according to his fun fact. Anastasia in right field, batting cleanup. Ron out in left. Dan May at third, on fire. Ren behind the plate, Ren Weschler. We've got Jim McGuire himself, batting 8th, playing short. And Steve Bedrick, one of the Steve Bedricks, on the hill, batting 9th. In the field for Ray, Amanda at catcher, Ray at first, Katie at second. It's Cameron playing shortstop. Michael Davey at third, Zach in left, Paul in center, me in right. Let's go ahead and get our game started. What the... Okay. There is sound. I think I have figured out how to do this. So taking the mound will be Jerry 0-0 on the year with a... I shouldn't be reading this while I'm going. Grounder to third for pace. First out. Jerry with a 34.36 ERA. Bobby, a hard shot down the left field line. I can't see behind this thingy here. Double for Bobby. Grounder to short for Michael. Moves the runner along to third, but not much else. See if Anastasia can pick up Bobby. That is a high ball loft. Oh, it's going to drop in. That is going to score the run. Why does the audio keep doing that, I wonder? I wonder how to figure out how to fix that. Alright, I'm going to have to leave the game audio. So I did figure out how to use the game audio. So you get the crack of the bat. Except you also get a whole bunch of other crap. Like songs and crowd noise and boos and things like that. So I need to figure out how to get rid of, because I've got this other crowd noise loop thing that I got off YouTube that I've been playing in the background. And maybe it's fine. I just need to make the crack of the bat louder, or the audience quieter. I don't know. I'll figure it out. It's audio engineering. You guys don't need to hear about that. Jim takes the lead 1-0. Ron up at bat. And Ron hits one dead center. High fly ball. Can of corn for center fielder Paul Fine. But a 1-0 lead for Jim. Katie to lead it off for the Weschler Rays versus B. Steve. Katie with a grounder to first, covering the bag, speeding over Steve Bedrick. Excellent work as always. We get Zach Anglin batting second. No on, one out. Another grounder to first. Who is that? Michael Gross going to take it himself. 2 quick outs here for Steve, with Aaron up at bat. Aaron's gonna... No, get through second base. I'm gonna take a much wider turn than I ever would in real life. I don't do that. I don't take the extra base. Sorry, Bobby. Got right through you. Runner on first for Michael Davey. See, in the ball game, I might be afraid. Yeah. Michael Davey doesn't really rope one down the line anymore. He's more fly ball these days. And of course, you know, our next game back, he's gonna knock me in the head at first base. So ordinarily, whoever's running at first base would be standing over here. But this is not that game. Michael, he is gonna hit one to first base, but there's your turducken, as Fury would say, for Michael Gross at first base. Fun fact about Michael Gross. I don't seem to have I do not appear to have a fun fact about Michael Gross. He must have been in the first round. So we'll never know if that is the Michael Gross from Family Ties. 1-0 lead for Jim going into the top of the second. Dan May to lead off versus Jerry. Dan May grounder to third. Why did the third baseman just hold the ball there? Davey, what are you doing? That's confusing. All right, add another one to the notes and figure out why that happened. Ren at the plate. Ren catching. I'm not sure what that little red thing means. He's not on fire. He is low on battery? I don't know. Dan May at first, no outs. That is... Oh my gosh. See, that's why you don't do that, people. That's why you don't do that. Amanda, come on. Although Ray should have caught that. Ren at the plate. Dan May at second. And see, that's going to be... Is he going to... No, he's not going to score. All right. I was going to say that's a run-scoring error there, but it's not. Still, no outs, though. Runners at the corners for Jim McGuire. The always dangerous Jim McGuire. Fun fact about Jim McGuire. Damn it, I don't have one of those either. All right. No fun there. Runners at the corners for the no fun Jim McGuire. He's going to loft one. Oh, pulled in by the second baseman, Katie. One out now. Runners still at the corners. Jerry trying to get out of this jam. He will not. Right through the legs of Michael Davey. Runners now first and second. Jim up 2-0. Still only one out for Pace with 2 on. That could be a double play. No, fielder's choice. Once again, very close play at first. Pace is there. I think that's Dan May coaching first. Maybe it's Ron. Maybe it's Ron coaching first. Whoever it is probably got into an argument with whoever that first baseman with no, Ray wouldn't argue that. 2-0, 2 outs. Runners once again at the corners for Bobby Wineapple. Fun fact about Bobby Wineapple, aka Fruit Boy, as he has written there. I haven't gotten a chance to play. Oh, look at that. Bobby's first Rayball game, February 2020. His last Rayball game, February 2020. Just joined the community. Welcome, Bobby. Happy to have you aboard. Paul Simon showed up at a concert. Wait, is this a Bobby fun fact? This is a Bobby fun fact. This feels like a Chris Fury fun fact. Oh, it is. It is not. No, it is a Bobby fun fact. All right. I got to print these out, folks. Paul Simon showed up at a concert of mine when I was 22 years old. Told me afterwards to keep going with it. Bobby Wineapple, a musician. There's a lot of musicians in this here league. I am one. I know Chris Fury is one. I know Brandon, who plays occasionally but has moved to San Jose, is one. I'm sure there are others who I am forgetting. Anyway, Bobby Fruit Boy, Wineapple. Can he? Oh, I see why he got the nickname. And he is going to get the run home with a... Oh, no, never mind. I misjudged that. Pop out to third base. That's in the trees. Codornices here. A lot of foul territory. Coliseum-esque. 2-0 Jim. Going into the bottom of the second. Ray to lead it off. Can he... Oh, there's no shift. He would not have beat... Oh, right through third base. Third base having some troubles here today. That is... Who's that? That's Dan May. For the other team. Ray at first. Paul fine up at bat. Paul, we know, having a heck of a season. And gets one again through the third base shortstop hole. Wide turn by Ray. But he's not going anywhere. 2 on, no out for Amanda, the catcher. She is going to hit what could be a double play and what will be a double play ball. Moves the runner to third, but now we've got 2 outs for Cameron, the shortstop. For some reason, meant to have him rotating with Zach and Paul and I in the outfield, but instead he's playing short. So there he goes. Cameron lifts one the opposite way. That's gonna be against the wall. That's gonna be extra bases. It's gonna be 3 bases. A triple for Cameron. With the wheels, the throw comes home. The throw wouldn't have gone home. The throw would have gone to third, and it would have gotten past, and then he would have scored. That's a home run in real Rayball. But it's a triple here. Cameron with his fair share of triples in the real world. Jerry up at bat. Runner at third. 2 outs. Jerry is... Oh. Yet another ground out to first base. The Ray scores 1. 2-1 heading into the top of the third. Michael Gross up at bat versus Jerry. Bases empty. Michael hits one to second base. Easy play. But a great play. Easy but great for second baseman Bobby. Nope, sorry, that's second baseman Katie. Bobby was at bat not too long ago. Someday it'll take me a lot of these, but I'll get better at this. I promise I will. Anastasia up at bat. She is going to hit what is another out to second base. Katie with the chicken and the duck, as it were. But here's Ron, red hot Ron, batting lefty. That's going to drop into center field for a clean base hit. Runner at first now, 2 outs. Dan May on fire. Continues to be torrid. Torrid, I say. Gets one through the third base shortstop hole. Now 2 on, 2 outs. And Wren coming to the plate. Wren is going to get one through up the middle. That's going to score a run. That's going to score a run. Now a 3-1 lead for Jim's team. The Jim increased their lead, says the scoreboard. Jim himself now up at bat with 2 on and 2 outs. Jim's going to... Oh, so much action at first base. So much action. But it is now 3-1, Jim's lead. We have Katie, top of the order, up. Rays trail by 2. Bottom 3. That's lifted high to right field. Camped under it. Not really camped under it. He was still on the run. She was still on the run. Excuse me, that's Anastasia. Out in right field. Great catch. Great catch. I'm going to say this as many times as I possibly can. I love that we in Rayball congratulate ourselves and applaud our teammates for just doing our job. For just making plays. Defense is good, folks, as we've seen in this game. Zach up at bat. Zach is going to ground it to second base. Out at first. Now 2 outs. The sometimes dangerous me at bat. Occasionally dangerous. Mostly I just do that. Grounder up the middle. That's a single. I'll take it. Davey at the plate, me at first yet again. Should I fear for my life? I should not fear for my life. That is a soft ground out to second base. Un-Davey-esque. Again, in the real game, the second baseman might be playing out here. Might not. Sometimes we do that. The little modified shifts. The Ray shift is the real shift. The Burt shift is kind of a shift. The Davey shift is the second baseman sometimes scoots out into shallow right center. Steve at bat facing his counterpart, Jerry. Jim with a 3-1 lead. Good hit out into left field for Steve Bedrick. Oh, that's a very wide turn for Steve. Very wide turn, but he gets back to the bag. 1 on, no out for Pace. It's a weird hitch in the delivery there for Jerry. Is that a double play ball? It is a double play ball. Pace would have outsped that in real life. The real Pace. Bobby Wineapple up at bat. Two out, nobody on. Bobby's on. Two out, 1 on. Clean single into center field. Drops in front of the center fielder. Paul. Fine Paul. Michael Gross now up at bat. I don't know why I did the names this way. I shouldn't have done the names this way. When I was first doing it, it was only showing the first name and like maybe the like Jerry here. So I wanted to see that it was Jerry because I know Jerry by first name. But now it's showing everybody's names. So I don't know why I put them all backwards, but I am not going to bother to put them all forwards again. That's going to drop in. No, it's not. That's going to, again, someday I will learn how to gauge the little teeny tiny balls here. Ha ha ha. 3-1 Jim going into the bottom of the fourth. Here's Ray leading off. That again not beating the shift. To shortstop. Jim with the gun across the diamond. Nice play. Gets the out. Paul Fine now. Paul Fine gets one through the right side, under the glove of first baseman Michael Gross. Here's Amanda at the plate. Do I have a fun fact about Amanda? Nope. Fun fact about Amanda, she's at bat with Paul Fine at first, 1 out, down by 2. That is going to drop. That's going to get, no. Wisely staying at second is Paul. Do not test the arm of Ron or Jim or the glove of Dan May. That is a killer left side of the field there. Stellar defensively. Good thinking, Paul. Cameron up. Cameron. Oh, the 3. No. I was going to say the 3-6-3. But second baseman Bobby holds onto the ball. Also uncharacteristic of Rayball, but that's okay. We got Jerry up. 2 out, runners at the corners. Can Jerry help his own cause? Yes, he can. Rips one down the line. That is going to be a double. We are going to... No! It's more than a double. That's a triple. I don't know why the shortstop held onto the ball that long. Jim, come on. That is a triple for Cameron. Run scoring triple. Now the lead is... No, it is tied. That was a 2-run scoring triple. I should be paying more attention. Katie, come on, get Jerry home. High fly ball into center field. Up against the wall. She does get Jerry home. Ray's going to take the lead. Katie's going to take third. The throw comes in. Not in time. Not even close. That's not going to be contested. Ray now with a 4-3 lead here in the bottom of the fourth. Zach, can you keep it going with a 2-out rally? I shouldn't be rooting for one of these teams, but I'm on it. He can keep it going. Through the right side. Into second. Zach's going to stay at first. For me, what can I do? I can strike out. All right. There you go. I think I've struck out. I've struck out looking at least twice. I don't think I've struck out swinging, but it's certainly possible. Anastasia up at bat. Ray now with a 5-3 lead. She's once again to first base. We got first base fever this game. Ron, can he get something going with 1 out? Over to third. Michael Davey across the diamond. Gets the out. Jerry looking for a shutdown inning here. It's going to be tough, though, with Dan May. Dan, high fly ball, center field. That's catchable. That is caught by Paul Fine. Great catch, Paul. 1-2-3 shutdown inning for Jerry. Now 5-3. Rays going into the bottom of the 5th. Michael Davey to lead it off versus Steve Bedrick. Michael Davey, tiny little nubber in front of home plate. Gunned out by Wren. Ray now up. He grounded out to short his last time out. He grounded out to third this time up. Not a lot of offense. Not a lot of high scoring going on. It seemed like that sentence should have had more to it, but it turned out not to. Paul Fine up at bat. He is going to sky one to left field. That's going to get caught. 5 innings now. Down. Another quick inning. Ray holding on to a 5-3 lead. Wren's up. Wren's gonna, off the end of the bat, over to Jerry. Put out 1-3. Jim McGuire up at bat. Left-handed Jim McGuire. I should fix that. I know how to fix some of these things now. Lefty Jim. Double out to center field. Is he going to keep going? No, the ball comes in quick. Paul gets it in. Paul gets it into Cameron. Holding Jim to a double. Steve Bedrick here trying to help his own cause. Runner in scoring position with 1 out. Steve, is going to hold the runner. Good play, Davey. Holds the runner at second. Gets it across. Now 2 outs. Runner at second for pace. Trying to get a little 2-out rally happening. He does. Gets it through the left side. Oh! Look at that slide. Look at that head-first slide for Steve Bedrick. Scores in style as shortstop Cameron holds onto the ball. Again, so much holding onto the ball in this game, and so little holding onto the ball in real Rayball. Bobby up at the plate with pace at first. Bobby lifts one out to left. Diving play. Oh, someone is making the SportsCenter theme there. Wonderful, wonderful catch by left fielder Zach. Zach hasn't been around in a while. Zach says his last game was in 2013. He has moved. Zach, congrats. Since leaving Rayball, he's had a son and is expecting a girl in September. Oh, congrats, Zach. We miss you in Rayball. And congratulations on the birth of your son and the soon-to-be birth of your daughter. Kids are great, I say, as mine are asleep, having caused all sorts of hell today. Amanda at the plate, leading things off, getting one through the right side, dropping it into right field. Picked up quickly by right fielder Anastasia. Gets it in, holds Amanda to a single. Jim's crawled within 1 now. Bottom 6. Cameron up. Cameron, high fly ball. That's a gapper. That is going to score the run. Cameron going to end up with another triple, I believe. Yeah. Yes. Cameron with his second triple of the game. Ray back up by 2. Jerry now at the plate with no outs, runner on third. Can he get the run home? Yes, he can. What happened there? Jim couldn't get the ball out of his glove. Just holding on to it. Just holding on. These are the kind of flukes that happen when you have to program the game to allow as many runs as a typical Rayball game has. So rather than overthrows and underthrows and bouncing balls and overran balls, you get fielders just holding on. Holding on for dear life, as we all are in this current environment. Katie, now at bat. Katie over to first base. Now some more action for the first baseman. Haven't had that in a while. Zach now up at bat with Jerry at second. One out. Can he get the run home? I think he's going to get the... Yep, that's going to drop in. Oh, no, he's not going to get the run home, though. Jerry had to go a little slow there. Let's see if that might get caught by Ron. Ron always with excellent defense. You got to be careful. Got to be careful. Can I get the run home? With one out, runners at the corners. Yo, yes I can. Under the second baseman. I'm going to get the runner over to third. Smart heads up running there by Zach. Got it just under the glove of Bobby. Am I right-handed or left-handed? I can't tell. Michael Davey up at bat. Still only one out. Runners at the corners. That's going to drop in. I am going to hold at second. Davey holds it first. Another run in. Now an 8-4 lead for Ray. And as I mentioned before, I know what's going to happen in this game, and I know that that 4-run lead is not going to hold up. Spoiler alert. But you probably figured that out since I said earlier that I'm not going to play the crappy games. Ray at the bat. Can he extend the lead? Someone's going to have to extend this lead at some point. Is it Ray? It is not Ray. Fly out to center field. I have to hold it second. Now 2 outs for Paul Fine. Paul driven to left field. That's going to drop. That's going to score 1 run. Michael Davies going to get to third. Runners once again at the corners with 2 outs. Another key hit by Paul. Amanda at the plate. Trying to get another run home. She will. Through the right side. Holding it second is Paul Fine. Amanda with a nice single. Over to the right side. Cameron up. Now an 11-4 lead for Ray. Will that lead hold up? I don't know. I do know. Fly out to left field. But I'm not going to tell you. I think I may have already told you. I can't remember. It's late. It's late and I'm tired. All sorts of fun stuff has to happen in post-production here. I need to line up the video with the audio. But before I do that, I need to run some kind of reformatting thing on the video, because my video capture dealie here does not capture video in the correct format for my audio software to use. So then I have to run the video through a video reformatter dealie, then import that into my audio editor, then line the sound up with the video, which is hard when I just leave the screen at blank like this for a while. Then export that, and that exports at a huge, huge file size, so that I have to reformat that, like 13, I think the last file was like 13 gigabytes, which is enormous for a file like this. Way higher definition than we need for this little, 1980 video game graphic here. Michael Gross at the bat. So anyway, that's how much work goes into this. I hope you guys are watching this and appreciate it. I know a few of you are. Line out to first base for Bobby. Or Michael, I suppose. Anastasia at the plate. She is due. And she delivers out in front of the left fielder. Ron now up at bat. Top 7 for Jim. Down by 7. That's going to be a gapper. That's going to score the run. That's going to get Ron to at least second. No, it's not going to score the run. Surprising. 1 out. Ron with a double. Anastasia holds at third. Dan May on fire. Dan May will sack fly. Did he catch? Who is that? That's me. Did I catch that? I think I caught that. I did catch that. That would have been a sack fly. I can't throw that far anymore. Getting old sucks. Here's Ren. That is going to get through. That's going to get into the bushes. The nice blue bushes out there. Ren into second with a double. That would have been contested, but it's okay. We know he's safe. 2-run score. Jim now within 5. Up at bat himself. Trying to get Ren in from second. He will. Drops in front of me. Jim's gonna... Oh, Jim is gonna be thrown out. Sorry, Jim. Now it's time to stand up and sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." I don't have that sound file. We are not gonna sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." You don't want to hear that. You don't want to. You can, you can pause the video and do it yourself if you want. Okay, here's Greg Laddish. Here's Greg Laddish. So we know. Oh no, he's already 1 for 5 on the season. Wait, how is he 1 for 5 on? He was 1 for 5 on it. I'm confused. Oh, he is 1 for 3. 333 as a pinch hitter. So these must be... Oh, dropped it. Fumble. Fumble by Jim McGuire over there. Sorry, Jim. These must be his season statistics that include this game. So we're not seeing stats from... Because this was maybe the 3rd or 4th game of the year. We're not seeing stats that cut off at this game. We're seeing a full season of stats. Here's Katie. Greg at first. No outs. Katie gets it through the right side. Is that going to get Greg to third? It is. Run. Oh. Close. Close play. Greg with no slide, but he's in there. Greg at third. Katie at first. Zach at the bat. No outs. That's a double play ball if I've ever seen one. And I have, because that was one. Greg does score, though. Ray now back up by 5. Here I am. That's a ground out to first base, folks. Side retired. But Ray takes another 5-run lead heading into the top of the 8th. Frank now stepping in as the pinch hitter. He of the infamous 100 and whatever it was run pitching performance. I don't think I have a fun fact about Frank. Jerry delivers. Frank through the left side. Uncharacteristic of Frank. Frank played in the first game and he franked a couple, and I was happy about that. Do I have a fun fact about Frank? I don't think so. He was in the first go around of folks. Before I was asking for fun facts. Here's Pace. I do have a fun fact about Pace. He is a high school math teacher. And his first job in high school was as a carpet cleaner. His neighbor owned the business. That's nice. I like working for neighbors. I didn't work for a neighbor, but I worked for my friend's neighbor at a pizza place, Roberto's, in East Greenwich, Rhode Island. Does not exist anymore. That's not a very fun fact about me. It is a fact, though. Not fun, but factual. Bobby at the plate, no outs, runners at first and second. Jim trying to claw back, and he does. Gets it through the right side. Oh, no, he doesn't. Not yet. Bases loaded now with no outs. Bobby at first, Pace at second, Frank at third. Michael Gross stepping in. Bases loaded, no outs. That's going to be a clean hit up the middle. That's going to score. No, it's not going to score 2 runs. It's going to score 1, but keeps the bases loaded. Jim now within 4 runs. Tying run at the plate in the person of Anastasia. Anastasia is going to lift one to center field. That's going to get caught, and it is not going to score a run. That had sac fly written all over it, but apparently Paul Fine has, in digital form, an equally good arm as his real-life self. Ron Scheel at the plate. Do I have a Ron fun fact? I'm going to blow through all my fun facts in this game. You don't get a Ron fun fact. You'll have to wait for a Ron fun fact. Ron fun fact is going to be that he's going to get at... No, he's going to pop up to first again. I am so bad at judging this. Bases still loaded. Now 2 outs for Dan May. What's Dan May going to do? He's going to hit one through the shortstop. That's going to score 2 runs. Jim within 2 here in the top of the 8th. 2 outs, 2 on for Wren, official brother of Rayball. That is high. That is deep. That is a 3-run home run for Wren Weschler. Beating his bro. Oh, look at him raising his hands in the air. Jim takes a 1-run lead here in the top of the 8th. And once again is up at bat as the lead changes. Or as a run scores. Wren with a ton of RBI in this game. Jim diving stop at short by... Is that Greg? No, I think that's still Cameron. No double shifts in this game. But the Jim score 6 times. Take a 13-12 lead heading into the bottom of the 8th. Here's Michael Davey. Base is empty. No outs. Lifted into center field. That's going to get caught. Caught by center fielder Pace. Ray trying to help himself out here, bottom 8. Down by 1. Again to center field. Again caught. 2 outs now. Nobody on for Paul Fine. Paul's going to hit one hard into left field. Gonna look at it, but the ball not going to be held for long enough for him to take second base. 1 on, 2 outs for Amanda. The throw over. Did anything happen on the... No, nothing happened on the throw over. They just showed it. Ball at first. Amanda at the plate. She's gonna... That's gonna drop. It's gonna drop. It's gonna get Paul over to third. Yes, safely. Amanda with a single. Looking for a 2-out rally here from Ray. Cameron up. Cameron is gonna hit one to third. And... Welp. Dan May just gonna hang on. That's first and second, 2 outs. The 2-out rally continues. Here's Jerry. That's gonna be frustrating to watch. I apologize for that, folks. It looks like, well, I mean, it's no different than an error in real life. They're just not being scored errors here. Here's Jerry up. One of Jerry's clones. Out into right field. That's going to fall. That's going to roll all the way to the wall. That's going to score 1 run. That's going to score 2 runs. That's going to get Jerry over to third base with a triple. This says he hit a double. But I see him right there. I don't know why they called that a double. Weird. Maybe there was a bobble out there that I didn't see. Anyway, Katie, runner at third. 2 outs, up the middle, gonna score the run. Ray back on top by 3. Zach at the bat. Katie at first. Continuing the 2-out rally. Yup. Line drive into left field. Gonna hold Katie at second base. Wise base coaching by whoever's over here. I guess that's Paul. Here am I. What am I gonna do? 2 outs, runners on, bottom 8. Hate situations like this. I get super nervous. And then I do things like that. I'm thinking to myself, oh, you know what? I should bloop one into right field. And I can't bloop it that far. I can only bloop it to right about there. Sometimes I can bloop it back here, but not often. I always try, though. I'm giving away all my secrets. Nobody's listening. Ray with a 3-run lead, top of the 9. Can he hold it? With Liz at the bat, leading off. Pinch hitting. Skying one for a solo home run. 16-14. Beautiful shot into the bushes out there in right field for pinch hitter Liz. Fun fact about Liz, she lives in Arkansas now, but grew up in Iowa and found us all while living in Oakland. Oh, fun fact is she's a lefty. I don't know if I saw that in time to actually make her a lefty, but what are you going to do? Here's Pace with the Gym still down by 2. Thought it was the Gyms. Maybe it's not the Gyms. Pace out to center field. I wish I knew how to make people faster. Pace should be way faster than that. Pace has wheels. Bobby now at the plate. Maybe I have to give people stolen bases. So what I figured out is that I can manipulate things to some extent. I can't change like the scores, the ratings of, you know, how much power somebody has or how much contact somebody makes. What I can change is their stats from last year. And doing that seems to have an effect on their ratings, but not necessarily always. This game is meant to be played like a legacy game, so like you manage a team and you manage through a season, or like you own a team, and then those players move on to the next season, and there's, you know, new free agents, and you basically play commissioner, or I'm in commissioner mode, but you play owner, slash general manager slash manager of your team, and it goes season over season. So last season's stats have an effect on how a player does this year, but it's their scouting that has the most effect, and that I appear to have no control over, that I can tell. Bobby at bat. Jim down by 2. Bobby's going to hit one to the right side. Going to move the runner along, but make the first out of the inning. Here's Mike Gross. Runner at third. 1 out. Fly ball to the gap between left and center. That's caught by the left center fielder in our game. That is not caught by the non-existent left center fielder in this game. That's a double. And Jim now within 1 with still only 1 out. And Anastasia at bat. She's going to get one into right field. Drops in front of me. I might have tried to scoot in for that, and it might have gotten past me. It probably would have gotten past me. That's something I definitely need to get better at, is knowing when to hold back and not overrunning things. I overrun a lot of things. Ron now up. Team down by 1. Top 9. Runners at the corners, 1 out. Ron, cool as ice, drops one into left field. Gonna score a run, tie the ball game. First and second now with 1 out for Dan May. Can he get one of these runs in? Can he get both of these runs in? He is going to ground into a double play. But Jim ties the game in the top of the 9th. We gonna have another extra innings games, folks? And are we gonna... Let me try that again. Are we gonna have another extra inning game, folks? Just like the first exhibition game we played? Here's Michael Davey. Not if Michael Davey has anything to say about it, and I honestly don't know if he does. He is going to fly out. That was hit hard, but right at the right fielder, Anastasia. Great catch by Anastasia. She is getting a lot of applause right now from her teammates, and well-deserved. Here's Ray. Ray, the hero of the first exhibition game, with a bottom of the 10th home run. Can he do those heroics again? Nope. Ground out to short base. Shorts. I know what's going on. I know what the bases are called and what positions are where. I know that's the shortstop. 2 outs now for Paul Fine. Are we heading into extras? Not quite yet. Paul Fine drops one into right field. 2 outs now. What can Amanda do with this? What can the catcher Amanda do with this? She's going to hit a gapper. She's going to hit a gapper. Paul Fine going to take a wide turn. Going to try and score. And, oh, how do you hold on to that ball? How do you hold on to that ball? Look at these happy folks down here. Jim McGuire, I am sorry. I have no idea how to how to alter defense. Jim just holds on to the ball. Couldn't get it out of his glove. This electronic glove. He needs a better electronic glove. Final score, 17-16. You can see the other game that day. The Furies beat the Rosses 7-3. Home run by Wren. By Liz. Player of the game is Wren in a losing effort. Folks, we'll see you again next week. Stay safe out there. I shouldn't say out there. None of you are out there. I mean, you're out there compared to me. But you're in there compared to yourselves. Stay safe in there, wherever you are. That's what I meant to say.